Hello, dear students. I am Samir Velankar and I welcome all of you to this first video on the topic P and NP class problems. Now, I have got a suggestion for you. This is a very tricky topic and found very difficult by a number of students. So, you turn to this video and you see this video only if you have ample time and if you are relaxed. Now, starting with what is P class problem and NP class problem. Now, any problem, for that matter, any problem or any program or algorithm can be classified into P and NP. There are two classes in which any problem, when I say problem, you can think of algorithm. Any algorithm can be classified into two types, P and NP. Now, P stands for polynomial time class problems. I repeat, P means polynomial time class problems, and NP means non-deterministic polynomial class problems. You know a number of algorithms by now and their time complexity as given here. Now you can watch that bubble sort works in O(n) square, order of n square, big O of n square, or merge sort works in n log n, or linear search works in order of n, big O of n, and binary search works in log n. Now, all these time complexities that I have written for these common algorithms are polynomial time because in each of the time complexities, the function is given as function of n and n is raised to some number. Maybe you have got some x algorithm, let's say some algorithm x, and its time complexity is big O of n raised to 100. Well, still this problem is polynomial class problem because n raised to 100 is clearly a polynomial of n of degree 100. So whenever we have the data size, remember n is the data size, like n is the size of the array, or n is the order of the matrix, number of rows and columns of the matrix. Then if this n, that is data size, is raised to some number, then we say the kind of problem or the kind of algorithm is P type algorithm or P class problem, isn't it? Now, P class problems are very good for us actually because any of such problems, can be solved. If they can be solved in polynomial time, then we say that the solution exists for these problems. I mean, if you run any of these problems on modern computer, then these problems will give the answer in less time. What is that time? I am not defining. It might give on some machine, it might give the answer in 1 hour, whereas on some other machine it might give the answer on once in 1 second because because some machine might be fast and some might be slow. But definitely we are guaranteed to get answer in some bounded time. Such problems are known as P time problems, polynomial time problems, or we can say P class problems. So the definition is P class problems can be solved in polynomial time using deterministic polynomial time algorithm. Now you know what is polynomial time algorithm. Big O of n square, big O of n log n, all these are polynomial time algorithms. So if you are asked which type of algorithm is bubble sort, is it P or NP? You will say it is P because the time complexity is a polynomial like n square. What do you mean by deterministic, by the way, here? Just I will underline that word deterministic again. Now, P class problems are such problems which can be solved in polynomial time using deterministic polynomial time algorithms. Now, I find this word quite funny. You may blame me later on if you don't find it funny. But what do you mean by deterministic is that suppose you have written some algorithm. Say these lines are some algorithm. Okay. And each and every statement in this algorithm each and every statement in this algorithm does something meaningful, or each and every statement in this algorithm can be implemented on your modern computer, then we say if all such lines can be implemented on our modern computer in the form of a C program, then we say each and every statement is deterministic. Each and every statement is deterministic means it is realistic, and we know how to solve it. We know how to solve it using C language, or maybe say Python language. There exists a solution for that particular line which we have written in the algorithm. So why I find this term to be funny is because, come on, if we are writing algorithm, we know that it is going to be translated into C program, and we must write deterministic statements in our algorithm. What's the sense in writing some statement whose solution is not known? For instance, I write some algorithm and somebody is translating this algorithm into a C program. Okay. And okay, that programmer knows how to write this line in C program, knows how to write second line in C program, but oops, when it comes to third line, this line is defined in the algorithm in such a way that till this date, till today, there is no solution in which you can write this line in C language or in Python, or rather, you cannot program this line. You cannot write this line in a realistic program, but still I have written it in my algorithm, isn't it? Then such statement will be non deterministic, isn't it? Whose solution is at the moment not known. We don't know how to implement it. And basically, in that case, this line is left as a suspense, isn't it? Don't you feel that all lines of your algorithm must be deterministic? Yes, of course. If all lines are not deterministic, then what's the sense? Because then the programmer will not be able to implement that algorithm into a realistic program. So that's why I find this line very funny. But it is like that, isn't it? That we should have a deterministic polynomial time algorithm to solve a problem, then that problem will be P class problem. Now, what do you mean by NP class problem? NP class problem cannot be solved in polynomial time. I mean, there exists no deterministic polynomial time algorithm. Absolutely. We don't have any deterministic polynomial time algorithm which will solve that NP class problem. Such problems are called NP class problems. I mean, till this date, there are many such problems for which people are striving, people are trying hard to write polynomial time algorithms for those problems, but they are unsuccessful till this date. As an example here, you can see that we already know so many polynomial time problems, but this is the list of non-polynomial time problems, non-deterministic polynomial time problems. Like 0 by 1 knapsack problem has a time complexity of the order of 2 raised to n, where n are the number of objects that you are placing in the knapsack. Or sum of subset problem has complexity of big O of 2 raised to n, where n are the number of values given which are to be added to find out sum, some addition. Similarly, traveling salesman, Hamiltonian circuit, all of them have order of 2 raised to n. Actually, their orders might be varying, like some of them might be n into 2 raised to n. Okay, but I have in general written as 2 raised to n. Now, all these are exponential time. You watch, these are not polynomial because the data size n, maybe n are the number of objects for the knapsack, or n are the number of values in sum of subset, is basically in the exponent, isn't it? Now, what if you had some algorithm as n square here, order of n square, then you call this as polynomial time. But 2 raised to n will be exponential. So all these algorithms do not have, with all these problems, I'm sorry, all these problems do not have an algorithm till this date which can be solved or which gets solved in polynomial time. The time complexity of 0 by 1 knapsack, if you use dynamic approach, recall the dynamic algorithm for 0 by 1 knapsack we saw in the earlier video in dynamic algorithm chapter was solved in order of 2 raised to n. This is too bad actually. This is very bad. What I mean by this is that algorithm actually is taking lot of time, isn't it? So on an average computer, if you run a 0 by 1 knapsack problem for a huge n, if the number of objects is, say, let's say number of objects are 1 lakh, n is 1 lakh, in that case, the program is going to take lot of time to give you the solution. Maybe the problem or the program may take 1 billion years to give you the answer. I am not exaggerating because 2 raised to n is a large quantity. Now coming to a very important point about P and NP. Now you watch this, the point written in the center here. What is P time problems or P class problems? These type of problems can be solved in polynomial time, you know that, and can be even verified in polynomial time. What is that now? Verified in polynomial time means suppose some solution is given and we want to know whether this is the solution for the given problem. Then we can check whether this solution is really the solution of the particular problem is called verification or verifying whether the solution is really the solution of a given problem. This verification also can be done in polynomial time. For example, suppose we are given an array. Let's say we are given an array with some values. Let's say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And the problem asked is this array sorted? Check, we don't want to sort the array. It is asked that check whether this array is sorted. That means we want to verify whether this array is sorted or not. And surely it can be done in polynomial time. It will only be a matter of comparing all elements one after the other and checking whether every next element is less than or equal to the previous element. So how many comparisons are we going to need? Maximum n comparisons. So this is of the order of n. Look at this. This was not the sorting problem. This was verification problem. And we have verified that the array is sorted in the order of n. So both verification and solving the problem can be done in polynomial time. Such problems are called P-class problems. Now what is NP class problems? You just check. The problems for which verification can be done in polynomial time are called NP problems. Stick to this definition. Hello dear students. Stick to these definitions. First you know what is NP class. There exists no deterministic polynomial time algorithm. We don't have a polynomial time algorithm. Such problems are called NP class. But such problems can be verified in polynomial time. We can't solve them, but we can at least verify. For instance, if we are given 0 by 1 knapsack problem with n equal to 4 objects and their weights and profits. Weights and profits are given in W and P array. Let some weights and profits be. I am not showing them. And the capacity of the knapsack M is 10, suppose. Now you know the knapsack problem very well. We want to fill our knapsack with total capacity 10 and earn maximum profit. Then which of the objects shall we pick and which we should leave so that we get highest profit? Is the 0 by 1 knapsack problem, isn't it? Now suppose I change the problem. I don't want to find maximum profit, but I want to ask, can I get profit of at least K? Say, can I get profit of at least 50? Now this is a verification problem. I would like to know at least 50 profit is possible or not. And such a solution can be found in polynomial time. I repeat, verification algorithm exists for 0 by 1 knapsack. So 0 by 1 knapsack is a NP class problem. Come again, come again. This is a very easy example I am telling you about verification. Suppose sum of subset problem is given. We are given a value array, V array, with some values like 10, 20, 30, and we are given some quantity such as S, and we are asked which values when added, sum is 30. So you know that 10 and 20 can be added from the values and only 30 can be taken. So this is first solution and this is second solution, so that we will get sum as 30. Now you watch that this is a difficult problem actually, and it takes order of 2 raised to n. But let's change the problem. Suppose I give some list of numbers, let's say 20 and 30, and ask you to verify when these values are added, will it give us the sum less than or equal to 30? Is the question. Then this can be easily verified in the order of n. If n values are given, simply we want to add them and check whether it really sums up to 30 or some quantity. So verification can be done in polynomial time for sum of subset problem. Then sum of subset problem cannot be solved in polynomial time, but it can be verified in polynomial time. Hence, sum of subset is NP class problem. It is important for all of you to understand one thing, that P time algorithms for a given problem is very important. As a programmer, we would always like to write p time algorithms, isn't it? But for many problems it is really hard to write p time algorithms, at least till this date. No one has written p time problems for this algorithms for these problems. Such problems for which nobody has written p time algorithm are called NP class algorithms. In the next video we will see very interesting fact about P class and NP class. And that is, in the next video, we are going to elaborate on this verification algorithm. This second point will be elaborated in the next video. Thank you very much.